In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf the sacred river ran, through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground, with walls and towers were girdled round, and there were gardens bright with sinuous rills, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree. And here were forests, ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery. But oh, that deep romantic chasm, which slanted down the green hill athwart a cedarn cover, a savage place, as holy and enchanted as ere beneath a waning moon was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover. And from this chasm, with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if the earth in fast and thick pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift half-intermitted burst huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chafy grain beneath the thresher's flail. And mid these dancing rocks at once and ever it flung up momently the sacred river, 5 miles meandering with mazy motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran. Then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in tumult to a lifeless ocean. And mid this tumult Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesying war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. A damsel with a dulcimer, in a vision once I saw. It was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Abora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song, to such a deep delight 'twould win me, that with music loud and long I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of ice, and all who heard should see them there, and all should cry, beware, beware. His flashing eyes, his floating hair, weave a circle round him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honey-dew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise. Samuel Taylor Coleridge was born in 1772 and was one of the most influential romantic writers of his time. His publication of the Lyrical Ballads is marked as the true beginning of the Romantic period and exemplified the key aspects of Romanticism, the expression of strong, vivid emotion. This is shown in Kubla Khan by the pleasure dome and the woman wailing for her demon lover. The main inspiration for Kubla Khan was Coleridge's addiction to opium and other hallucinogens that developed as a result of his sickly childhood when doctors medicated him with drugs like LSD. Coleridge claimed that he saw all of the things described in the poem in a drug-induced vision and immediately began writing it down after he woke up. Most of his contemporaries criticized him and doubted the truth of this, resulting in a delay of its publishing until 19 years after it was written. Style and meter. Coleridge uses iambic tetrameter throughout the first half of the poem, meaning there are 4 iambs per line. This is seen in the opening line, in Xanadu did Kubla Khan, and this style leads to a chant-like feel to the poem. The rhyme scheme alternates from verse to verse, generally following a B, B, C, D, E pattern, with exceptions. In the last stanza, the style of the poem changes, and many attribute this to the fact that in the preface of the poem, Coleridge says that he was interrupted by a person on business from Porlock while writing, which led him to forget much of his vision. Due to the difference in style, it is believed that the second section of the poem, starting with the damsel with the dulcimer, was written separate from the rest of the poem. He seems to restart the poem, speaking in the past and repeating, "In a vision once I saw." Literary devices. The first literary device used is assonance, which is the repetition of vowel sounds, sometimes called a vowel rhyme. This is shown in the first verse of the poem, as the Jan, Du, Ku, and Khan are stressed, resulting in assonance between the vowels A, U, U, A. Coleridge also uses allusions such as to Kublai Khan, a Chinese-Mongol emperor, and his summer palace Shangtu, or Xanadu in English. He also alludes to the Alf River, a river in Antarctica to give the river a sense of mystery. Lastly, Coleridge uses personification by saying, as if this earth in fast thick pants were breathing, and mid these dancing rocks, which gives the earth that he is seeing a sort of human character. Analysis. Overall, the poem is not used as a specific metaphor or symbol for anything, but rather emphasizes Coleridge's experience with imagination and creativity. This is typical of the Romantic movement because Romanticism uses images instead of real things and puts more of an emphasis on the feeling than the actual content. In the first stanza, Coleridge's imagination takes him to deep chasms and across oceans, and the descriptive language used is what makes the poem great. In the second stanza, he says, "Could I revive within me her symphony and song, to such a deep delight would win me," which means his imagination begins to fail him, which could be symbolic for his not remembering the rest of his vision. He also uses the world of Kubla Khan as an image of paradise, but in the poem this is equated with the imagination. In the last two lines, he said, "For he on honeydew hath fed and drunk the milk of paradise," which means he, Coleridge, has drunk the milk of paradise, which means he has become intoxicated on his imagination.